Good morning, everyone. It's a beautiful Monday morning. We got rain over the weekend. It's going to help fill them soybean pods. I started to do a video Saturday. We were on the bikes. We were running some errands. I got busy doing other things, so I didn't film any more footage. Then we went to the Keith Urban concert. Had a great time there. We came home Sunday, and I told the wife, I'm like, I need to do a video. So I mowed the yard. I didn't take any video of that because you guys don't want to see me mowing my yard. Then I went inside. We ran around, did some errands. I went inside. I sat down on the couch. I ended up falling asleep. I crashed hard for a couple hours on the couch. And then we got up, ate dinner, and I ended up going to bed. So that was pretty much our weekend. So I didn't do a video at all over the weekend. For that, I apologize. But gonna have some footage today. I'm mowing food plots. Gonna deal with some bugs. I'll explain to you about our food plots and what's going on there. We'll look at some crops, and then we'll go from there. So I got to point this out to you guys. So Saturday morning, we were doing some things around, and the wife goes, "Hey, what's that on the truck?" I'm like, "What are you talking about?" She goes, "Right there." And I'm like, "What?" And I look, sure enough, check that out. Nice little scratch right along there. Got no clue where the hell that came from. Guess we just can't have nice things. I mean, the old girl does have like 5,000 miles on it. It's bound to have a couple scratches. Just in case you guys didn't know, we pull trailers from time to time on the farm. And I think most of these videos I've had a trailer hooked to the truck almost every time. So, time to load stuff up. This is our food plot mower. It's a DR mower. We pull it behind our four-wheeler. And seeing how we have some weed pressure in some of our fields, I'm going to do a little spraying. Yeah, I should do it. To knock down some of the weeds, because we have some Roundup alfalfa and beans planted in one of our food plots. Filling the sprayer. Filling her with water. Well, I got everything loaded up. I figured I'd come out here to the dam site and see how the dam's starting to work. We got a little over an inch of rain over the weekend between Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And it looks like the dam's filling up pretty quick, or the pond is, I mean. You can see right here's where the dam starts. You can see the little crack in the dirt right there where the ground's starting to settle. But it's filling up fast. It's filling up nicely. The dam seems to be holding good. Probably will be adding more dirt to it here this fall just because the dirt will settle because it's so fresh. But I'm happy with it so far. Yep, pretty pleased with it. So I guess now we'll go get in the truck, fire up the mower, go out to the food plot and fire up the mower. You can see the water's filling up nicely. Alright, let's go mow some food plots. Well, I got to one of our fields that's got food plots in it. I'm looking at the beans, and if you look, the beans are starting to change already. They're starting to drop their leaves a little bit, so I got a feeling we're going to have an early harvest this year. I'm going to walk over here a minute and kind of look at some pods that are, see how they're filling out. If we've got enough rain to kind of fill out some pods. Oh yeah, those pods are filled nicely. They're filled all the way to the top of the bean too, top of the plant. That's good. Usually on a dry year, what happens is the bean plant grows the roots a little deeper. And what it's doing is it's chasing water. Well, as the bean pods fill out, what they'll do is these bottom bean pods down here next to the ground will fill their pods first. and then as these pods fill up, it moves up the plant, filling pods. That way, if it runs out of water, it'll take the top of the pod, the pods that are on top of the plant. If there's not enough water to fill those, then the plant will abort those pods itself. So it'll just fill the beans at the bottom first and then work its way up the plant. But we've got beans all the way to the top of the plant. The pods are filled all the way up. So that is a good thing. That means we're going to have a decent crop this year, and we're happy about that. All right, let's get this mower unloaded and start mowing some food plots. I want to take just a quick little minute to kind of explain why we do food plots. Most people are probably wondering why we would take production out of a field and plant food plots and not make money off soybeans. Well, here's why. We take an area of a field that's oddly shaped. We take that oddly shaped area and we'll plant our food plots in there. Planting a squared off soybean field is much easier on machinery, time, everything to harvest. It's easier to work a square ground than it is a goofy shaped field. The goofy section will plant corn in, not soybeans, but alfalfa, clover, Timothy grass. We've planted sugar beets in a little goofy shape because that way the deer have more of a variety of food to eat rather than just our soybeans. If this was all soybeans, they would devastate our crop by just eating it all. But because we give them a variety of food to eat, they're more likely to go eat in the Timothy grass and the clover and the alfalfa and nibble on the corn than they will the soybeans. Do they eat our soybeans? Yes, I'm not going to lie there. But we have found that with food plots, we have far less crop damage done by deer than without food plots. So that's kind of why we do the food plot area. Plus, I'm not going to lie, we like to hunt. We enjoy hunting over food plots. So we have a double benefit there for doing it. But yeah, that's why we do food plots. That gives them a wide variety of food to eat, plus it squares a field off, makes it easier for planting, harvesting, everything. Spraying, especially when you come in with a sprayer in a 100-foot boom and you've got a little 15-foot section here, that gets a little tight to turn around in. So we put a food plot in. Okay, we're done with this location. We've got 1, 2, 3 more food plots to mow at 2 different more locations. So off to the next one. So driving by down to one of our food plots, if you see right in there, that's one of the neighbor's fields. That's wheat. It's almost September. That's wheat still standing. That should have been taken off a couple months ago. So I don't know what's the deal with him, if something's going on with him or what, but yeah, that shouldn't still be standing. Well, this isn't supposed to be here. This field's tiled. So yeah, this is what happens when you slip on a rock, and as you're pulling this, as you're pulling the gate down, and you slip on a rock and the gate hits you in the nose. Nice. Well, I got one more food plot left to mow. I got back to the farm here, unhooked everything, and as I was backing out of the trailer, the pin slipped out of the back of the four-wheeler there, and the mower deck rolled off. Well, the controls for the mower deck that are right here, they stayed connected to the four-wheeler, and I was like, oh, just kind of hanging on by a thread there. So I hurried up, grabbed it, put the pin back up, and I was gonna fill everything up with gas and go mow this last food plot. But when it pulled, let me see if you guys can see this a little better. It pulled some wires right out of that hole right there. So now I got a repair to do. Awesome. So let me see if I can get this fixed in a timely manner so we can finish mowing. Well, obviously the little pluggies never pulled out. The wire just pulled out of the plug. Guess I gotta get some more plugs. We can fix it. We have the technology. Alright guys, I have these little tubes. They're solder seal wire connectors. What they are heat shrink tubes. And granted, I got these off of Facebook because I didn't know how well they were going to work, but the idea was pretty slick. You put those in there. These are heat shrink tubes, so they shrink down and make them watertight, but you get the wires to where they're connecting in there, and this solder melts together and also seals it. So take a heat gun, and just melt it down like that. And just like that, you have a solid connection that's watertight. It's a pretty slick idea. So I'm going to continue doing that with all of them, and we'll see if she fires up. Alright, here's the test. It works. So now I got to put that bad boy back together. We can go finish mowing. Well guys, I think I'm going to end the video here. We were able to get all the food plots mowed today. It'll probably be the last time we mow this year because you got to let the plants grow up and build nutrients for the winter time. And we are coming into Labor Day weekend, so I think that'll be it for that. We're going to work on the fuel wagon tomorrow. I need to pressurize it to figure out where the air leak is so we can get it welded. And then other than that, I think we'll just kind of figure it out and see what comes of the day tomorrow. So thanks for following. Remember, like, subscribe, share these on Facebook if you want. If there's a video you like, feel free to share it. All right, have a good evening.